Good morning everyone. Today we start the chapter 2, that is biological classification. Now, what is classification? We read it in the first chapter, but it is related with the biology. Biological classification क्या होता है? To group the organisms according to their morphological and evolutionary relationship. अगर हम ऑर्गेनिजम्स को, लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म को अलग अलग ग्रुप्स में बांटते हैं, कौन से फैक्टर देखकर? उनके मॉर्फोलॉजिकल, दैट इज एक्सटर्नल फीचर्स देखकर, और उनके एवोल्यूशन, पीछे उनकी क्या हिस्ट्री है, बैकवर्ड उनकी क्या हिस्ट्री है, दैट इज उसको हम बोलते हैं बायोलॉजिकल क्लासिफिकेशन. तो होल ऑफ द लिविंग वर्ल्ड, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल Aristotle was the earliest to attempt a more scientific basis for the classification. सबसे पहले जो attempt किया था that was done by the Aristotle. He divided the plants into trees, shrubs and herbs, and animals into the two groups, which are animals having the red blood and those didn't have the red blood. सो अरिस्टोटल ने पूरे जो लिविंग वर्ल्ड है उसको डिवाइड किया, प्लांट्स को डिवाइड किया ट्रीज, श्रब्स एंड हर्ब्स में, एंड एनिमल्स को डिवाइड किया टू ग्रुप्स में, विच हैविंग द रेड ब्लड एंड अदर्स नॉट हैविंग द रेड ब्लड. बट दिस इज अनसेटिस्फैक्ट्री एंड रिजेक्टेड. नाउ सेकेंड टास्क वॉज गिवन बाय द लिनियस. Linnaeus gives a two-kingdom system of classification, according to which he divide whole of the living world, जो भी living world है, he divide it into plants and animals, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. Okay, and but this system did not distinguish between eukaryotes and prokaryotes. जो ये इसने डिवीज़न की है पूरे लिविंग वर्ल्ड को प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स के बीच में, ही नॉट एबल टू डिस्क्राइब द डिफरेंस बिटवीन यूकैरियोट्स एंड प्रोकैरियोट्स. यूकैरियोट्स आर दोस हैविंग द न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस एंड अदर ऑर्गेनेलिस आल्सो हैव द मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड, बट इन प्रोकैरियोट्स देयर इज ए नो मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ऑर्गेनेलिस. सो ही नॉट एबल टू डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन बोथ ऑफ देम. Also, his classification not able to differentiate between unicellular and multicellular organisms. Some unicellular organism comes under the multicellular group, so this one not satisfactory. And others he can't able to distinguish between the photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. So Linnaeus divide whole of the kingdom into two, whole of the living world into two groups, plants and animals. But are its shortcomings? उसकी shortcomings क्या थी? He can't able to distinguish between eukaryotes and prokaryotes, unicellular and multicellular organisms, photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organism. So this theory was also unsatisfactory and it is inadequate and rejected. Now after that, R.H. Whitaker, he give the 5 kingdom classification. 5 kingdom, that is he divide the whole of the living world into 5 kingdoms. Which are these 5 kingdoms? Kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So जो विटाकर है उसने पूरे लिविंग वर्ल्ड को 5 ग्रुप्स में डिवाइड कर दिया. ओके, बट वो कौन से बेस थे, किसको देखकर उसने वो 5 ग्रुप्स बनाए, कौन से क्राइटेरिया था वो यूज़ किया? दैट इज सेल स्ट्रक्चर, हाउ द ऑर्गेनिज्म इज मेड अप ऑफ सेल्स, हाउ मेनी सेल्स इट इज मेड अप ऑफ, थैलस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हाउ इट्स बॉडी इज डिफरेंशिएटेड, what is the mode of nutrition, how it prepares its food or it takes from the other, what is the mode of reproduction, and on the basis of phylogenetic relationship, that is evolutionary history, उनके बीच में आपस में कोई evolutionary relationship है या नहीं. So R.H. Whitaker, that is most accepted theory, he give the 5 kingdom classification. Which are these kingdoms? Now we look at the table. Kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So that is the most accepted classification given by the R.H. Whitaker. Now, according to this, first of all we describe the kingdom Monera. Now, in kingdom Monera, that is, it includes all the bacteria. All the bacteria on the earth comes under which group? Kingdom Monera. As you know, the bacteria are the most primitive living organism. So bacteria are present almost everywhere. बैक्टीरिया हर जगह पर पाए जाते हैं. We give a one term for them, that is ubiquitous. For them, इनको डिफाइन करने के लिए हम एक टर्म देते हैं ubiquitous. The organism that are found everywhere, like in hot springs, deserts, snow, and in deep oceans. And they also live on another organism as a parasite. Okay, so जो all the bacteria हैं, सारी bacteria come under the group Monera. Now, if we divide all the bacteria on the basis of their shape, there are 4 types. First, cocci, and singular is called the coccus. Second is bacillus, rod shaped. Third is spirillum, that is spiral shaped. And fourth is vibrio, that is coma shaped. So bacteria are divided on the basis of their shape into the 4 categories, that is coccus, bacillus, vibrium and the spirillum. कॉकस की कौन सी शेप है? स्फेरिकल. बेसिलस की कौन सी शेप है? रोड शेप. एंड विब्रियम की कौन सी शेप है? दैट इज स्पाइरल शेप्ड. विब्रियम दैट इज कोमा शेप, सॉरी. एंड स्पाइरलम is the spiral shaped. Okay, so that is the major division. These are the general features of the bacteria. Now if we look into the nutrition of the bacteria, some of the bacteria are the autotrophic. कुछ बैक्टीरिया होते हैं जो photosynthesis भी करते हैं. They prepare their own food, so that we call their photosynthetic autotrophs. और कुछ बैक्टीरिया होते हैं, they take the nutrients, they take the chemicals, they synthesize the chemicals from the inorganic material. तो उनको हम बोलते हैं chemosynthetic autotrophs. And but most of the majority of the bacteria are the heterotrophs, that is they take the food from the other organic matter. Okay, so basis on the nutrition we can divide the bacteria into 3 types. That prepare their own food are called the photosynthetic autotrophs. That take the chemicals are called the chemosynthetic autotrophs. And they can't prepare their own food, they are called the heterotrophs. So kingdom Monera, we are reading about the kingdom Monera. They include all the bacteria. They are found everywhere. On the basis of shape, there are 4 types. And on the basis of nutrition, they are also of 3 types: photosynthetic, chemosynthetic and heterotrophic. Okay, now kingdom Monera is divided into major 2 types: archaebacteria and eubacteria. Archaebacteria, the oldest of the living fossils. सबसे पुराने जो living fossils हैं उनको archaebacteria comes under that group. These bacteria are very special and are most harsh habitats they can survive. For example, extremely salt areas. Salt areas, halophiles. Halo means salt and philes means loving. Salt loving. All archaebacteria that can survive in the hot springs, like thermoacidophiles. We call it thermoacidophiles. These are the very important terms. And some bacteria can live even in the marshy areas. the term that we use for them is a methanogens. So Archaebacteria, these are the oldest of the living forms, and they can survive in each of the habitat. But makes them special, so special, that is their different cell wall. Because of their different cell wall structure, they can survive in the so variable habitats. So what is the special in their cell wall? Their cell wall is non-cellulosic polysaccharide. जो इनकी cell wall होती है, that is non-cellulosic, cellulose material नहीं होता, and having the polysaccharide. Now methanogens are present in the gut of the ruminant animals. जो ruminant animals होते हैं, that are cows, buffaloes, they have the methanogen bacteria in their gut. What is the role of methanogen? That is, they show fermentation. They produce a methane gas. They produce a methane gas from the during the process of digestion. Okay, the dung that they excrete contains the biogas, that is the methane. And who produces it? Methanogens. So Archaebacteria are the oldest of the living forms, and they can survive in each and every habitat because they have the cell wall is non-cellulosic polysaccharide. So what are they? Halophiles, they are thermoacidophiles, they are methanogens. And next group of the bacteria is called eubacteria. Eu means true bacteria. True bacteria actually यहीं से शुरू होते हैं. Eu means true. True bacteria. That अगर इनकी एग्जाम्पल कंसिडर करते हैं तो सबसे बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल इनकी आती है साइनोबैक्टीरिया. फर्स्ट इज द साइनोबैक्टीरिया. दे साइनोबैक्टीरिया में से अगर बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल चूज करें तो वो क्या है? ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गी. ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गी, दे हैव द क्लोरोफिल ए. एज द नेम सजेस्ट, दे हैव द फोटोसिंथेसिस ऑटोट्रॉफ. तो ये कौन सी न्यूट्रिशन शो करते हैं साइनोबैक्टीरिया? photosynthetic autotroph. It means they can prepare their own food. So in the eubacteria, सबसे पहले हमने कौन सी एग्जाम्पल ली है? साइनोबैक्टीरिया की. वो क्या करते हैं? कौन सी न्यूट्रिशन है उनके अंदर? ऑटोट्रॉफिक, फोटोसिंथेटिक ऑटोट्रॉफ. ओके, एंड दे फॉर्म द कॉलोनीज एंड सराउंडेड बाय अ म्यूसिलेजिनस शीथ. अगर वे कॉलोनी में होते हैं, ग्रुप ऑफ द बैक्टीरिया, they are surrounded by a mucilaginous or the gelatinous sheath. Some of these organisms जो साइनोबैक्टीरिया होते हैं, इनमें से कुछ साइनोबैक्टीरिया होते हैं, they can fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the specialized cells called the heterocyst. Look at this diagram. It is the special cell called the heterocyst. Because of this cell, they can fix the atmospheric nitrogen. For example, Nostoc and Anabaena. So cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae, they show the photosynthetic autotrophs nutrition, but they also can fix the atmospheric nitrogen because of presence of the special cells called the heterocyst. And second nutrition, that is the chemosynthetic autotrophs. Some of the cyanobacteria also show the chemosynthetic autotroph nutrition. That is, they play a great role in recycling the nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus, iron and sulfur. जो chemosynthetic autotrophs होते हैं cyanobacteria के ही, तो वो क्या करते हैं? They help in the recycling of nutrients. Which nutrients? Like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron and sulfur. Now next example of eubacteria is the जो न्यूट्रिशन करते हैं heterotrophic bacteria, that they can't prepare their own food and they depend on the other. तो अब उनको क्या कहेंगे हम? decomposers. अगर हम decomposer की एग्जाम्पल देते हैं, सबसे पहले क्या बोलते हैं? बैक्टीरिया एंड फंगस. सो बैक्टीरिया जो डिकम्पोज करते हैं, that are the heterotrophic bacteria that depend on the others for their. They are helpful in making the curd from milk. जो हमारी कर्ड बनती है मिल्क से, लैक्टोबैसिलस बैक्टीरिया इसमें रोल प्ले करते हैं. दे आर आल्सो कम अंडर द हेटरोट्रॉफिक न्यूट्रिशन. दे आल्सो यूज्ड इन द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ antibiotics that we take during some problem. Fixing nitrogen in the legumes roots, जो leguminous plants में bacteria होते हैं, that also helps in the fixation of the nitrogen, also are called the heterotrophic bacteria. But some of the bacteria, not some, or most of the bacteria are the pathogenic in nature, that is disease causing and damage the human beings, crops, farm animals, pets, सबको डैमेज करते हैं. The diseases like the cholera, typhoid, tetanus, citrus canker are all well-known diseases that are caused by the bacteria. So that is the pathogenic role of the microbe, that is a bacteria. Bacteria, that is all about the general features. Now, how they reproduce? Bacteria reproduce by fission process. Bacteria reproduce by the fission process. Now look at this. This is the bacterial cell. इसका जो DNA होता है that is not having the nuclear membrane, तो इस DNA को हम बोलते हैं nucleoid, and it is surrounded by one cell wall and cytoplasm. Now the cell elongates, the nucleoid also elongates, and in between there is formation of cell wall, and slowly the two nuclei separates from each other, and from a single bacteria, two bacteria are formed. That is called the binary fission. So bacteria reproduce by the fission process, and during unfavorable condition, जब इनकी condition favorable नहीं होती हैं, they reproduce by the spores also, and they also show sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction by adopting the DNA transfer method, like this one. The two bacteria cells join and they share the DNA in between them. That is called the sexual reproduction. So अगर हम इनकी reproduction की बात करते हैं, bacteria reproduce by fission method, second spore formation, third sexual reproduction they also show. Now last one is the bacteria, that is the mycoplasm. Mycoplasm है, but it is different from the other bacteria that it lacks the cell wall. If the question come, any bacteria that lacks the cell wall, you can write the mycoplasm. So these are the organisms which lacks the cell wall. These are the smallest living cells known. And another question also arises here, which is the smallest living cell known? That is the mycoplasm. And these are mostly pathogenic in animals and plants. Pathogenic means disease causing in the plants and animals. Example like the PPLO, Luro, pneumonia like organism. It also the example of one mycoplasm. So mycoplasm आते बैक्टीरिया सेल के अंदर हैं, but they lack the cell wall. ये बैक्टीरिया से कैसे डिफर है? इनमें सेल वॉल नहीं होती, बाकी सभी बैक्टीरिया में सेल वॉल होती है, and they are the smallest living cell known, and they are the pathogenic in animals and plants. Pathogenic means disease causing in animals and also in the plant. The best example is PPLO. P word, that is Luro, pneumonia like organisms. You know, mycoplasm are also called the jokers of the plant kingdom. इनको प्लांट किंगडम का जोकर्स बोला जाते हैं. वाई? बिकॉज दे कैन चेंज द शेप. दैट्स वाई दे आर कॉल्ड द जोकर ऑफ द प्लांट किंगडम. सो दैट इज ऑल अबाउट द किंगडम मोनेरा. किंगडम मोनेरा, फर्स्ट वी डिड R.H. Whitaker gives the 5 kingdom classification. According to this, first group is the kingdom Monera. Monera, you know, we will go to the advancement. So first group is the most primitive, that is the bacteria. First we talk about its general features, then its divisions. Archaebacteria is the most primitive bacteria, and Eubacteria, in that we did the example of cyanobacteria, which show the photosynthesis nutrition, chemosynthetic nutrition, heterotrophic bacteria, and we did the role, pathogenic nature, what diseases it causes, how it reproduces, and which bacteria that lacks the cell wall and pathogenic in nature. Thanks.